Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Terry Morrow.
And I'm Catherine Haleko.
As parents and parenting writers, we can't help but see everything through a parenting lens. But as our kids have become adults, we find ourselves more interested in getting caught up on movies and streaming than on going over the same parenting topics over and over.
So since we're pretty sure we can find parenting wisdom anywhere, we're going to talk about what we're watching, what we thought about it, and maybe what we can learn from it, if only what not to do. Watch and listen along, and let's all make like we're doing something important for our families.
Each Wednesday, we bring you a watch or rewatch of an older entertainment property, and for this week of August 19th, we are continuing with Lost. We have Season 1, Episode 7, The Moth. A particularly heavy-handed metaphor in this one. Do not have to interpret what that means. It's not like White Rabbit. It's like, oh, he's chasing his dad in the jungle. His dad is like the White Rabbit. Or House of the Rising Sun, which was not about a house in New Orleans, but about... No, this one, there was, in fact, a moth who played a pivotal role at a couple of different junctures.
Right.
Both in saving people from certain death and in providing a story for Locke to use to get Charlie to stop using. So that's a very plain-spoken title for a show that is oftentimes not. So you got it. The Moth. Mm-hmm. Hey, look at the mouth. Look. It means something.
Also, let me explain to you exactly what I mean by this. I'm not going to let you just try to figure it out on your own. I will be sharing the exact reason.
You see, if you let the moth out of the cocoon too soon, bad things happen. It's too weak.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, who could he be referring to? Hopefully, Charlie is shortly thereafter cocooned by rocks. So, just in case you didn't get it.
And hey, guess what gets him out of the cocoon of rocks? It's a moth. Somehow the moth has flown underground. Like, what? I don't know how the moth figured it out, to be honest.
Don't ask too many questions. It's a magical island. There's a family of moths underground.
Yes.
Well, perhaps it flew in the same way it flew out.
That was the implication, right?
But
while everybody's digging for them from one direction, they just pop up behind them. Hey guys, what's up?
I would be pretty ticked if I was hauling rocks at the other side.
And then they're like, oh, wait.
Yo.
What are you doing here?
Oh, man.
And it's up to Walt to say, hey, there's the doctor. Like... They didn't say anything, like, here we are.
Hey, we're safe. Yeah. Well, Walt's got to have a line. It's in his contract. So
that's true.
The little kid's agent came and tapped somebody on the shoulder saying, he hasn't said anything this episode. Oh, fine. He can say, hey, there's the doctor.
Right. Give him something to do real quick.
Man. So this was... quite the action-packed episode.
Mm-hmm.
And illustrating again that Jack is dad, or Jack is mom and dad. Jack is the parental figure.
Yeah.
Because when he is endangered, everybody drops everything. I mean, Boone and Kate both say, forget this thing that's going to get us off the island. We got to go see if we can pull some rocks away from Jack.
Right.
It's everybody knows who's most important here now.
Yes.
Forget this stuff. Never mind. But Shannon and Sawyer do, as substitutes, their duty.
Yes, I really didn't think Shannon was going to be able to.
I thought that was a very poor choice from Boone.
Yeah.
There's nobody else. Get that guy in the background who nobody quite knows his name. Get him to come do it. It'd be better.
Seriously.
But but she does it, and Sawyer does it, and Saeed, everything is looking good. He's got a signal, and then from out of nowhere, it must be a moth. The moths are really aggressive.
The moth was like, listen, dude, you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you.
A mystery entity. I don't think we saw hands. We just saw a long item coming and bonking Saeed in the noggin. Causing him to fall. But
just at the moment.
Just at the very moment of triumph. Where he was going to be able to triangulate the signal or whatever the heck mumbo jumbo he was going to do.
Right.
To find the source of the recording that's been playing for 16 years or whatever.
Yep.
Nope. So that's a mystery.
Yes.
And, I did, however, enjoy very much. You remember when you could take the battery out of a laptop, Catherine? Do you remember those days? You hit that button and it flipped right out.
Ka-chunk.
Sawyer's got him some laptops and he can just take a battery right off of one and hand it to Kate. I miss those days. I love those days. This is like, I miss the days when computers were big enough that you could kick them if they weren't working, and oftentimes it worked. Or you could give the side of the monitor a hard smack, and sometimes it would work.
Yep.
And then later when it was only laptops, you could still fire that battery out with extreme prejudice and then smack it back in hard, and sometimes we get the computer to work. Now everything's all screwed up and there's nothing you can do. There's no real estate to hit. There's nothing to pop out. It's just a self-contained unit, and once it stops working, you gotta go to the Apple store.
Yeah.
You get no satisfaction.
No.
You can yell at your children and hit your desk, but it's not going to do anything. So that was
it does not have the same appeal at all.
That was a real moment of nostalgia. We need a battery. Let's go see if Sawyer has hoarded any laptops. Oh, I remember.
Of course he has.
It was so wonderful. Nowadays, they would be out of luck because the laptops would all be dead and there would be no way to remove anything from any of them.
That's right. And they would all be dead because everybody was using them on the plane to watch movies.
And has been using them since to see, is there anything on the news yet about us? Is it on the news? Go on YouTube, see if there's a picture
Let
of
me check my Facebook.
Hey, I like that movie. Play that. Hey, there's a drive shaft video. Play my video.
Yeah.
We learned all about Charlie and his brother Liam and the unfortunate fate of their band. And wow. Add to the gallery of bad dads, a bad bro. I'm going to say he was a father figure so he can count in our bad dads thing, but dude.
Yeah.
Not taking care of your little brother. At all. Just awful. Just so sad. And so exactly the arc of bad dads we've had. So, golly. That's just hard.
Then at the end, he makes a feeble attempt to be like, oh, let me help you. And Charlie's like, no, got a plane to catch. Like, oh, Charlie.
Oh.
Don't get on that plane.
Well, it does get him off heroin. So there you go.
That's true. Also, so at the end, you know, he asks Locke one last time for the drugs.
Yes,
and
Locke has said, you can ask me 3 times. And on the 3rd time, if you ask the 3rd time, I'll give it to you. Which,
right.
With a face full of disappointment, he does.
He does. But then Charlie throws him in a fire. Now, this is drugs that people smoke.
I know.
And he throws them in a fire. Like what are they not now all getting a little
you know what, maybe
heroin?
The plastic around it holds it down or something. I don't know. Does it have to be in a different form to smoke it? This is Terry and Catherine being ignorant about that. Do you have
no idea.
Can you just, because he has been taking this orally.
He's been like snorting it or something. Yeah.
And I imagine you could dissolve it in water and shoot it up, but could you smoke it in that? I suppose you can do anything with it you wish.
Yes.
Should you be that desperate. But I don't know. If you burn it in a fire, does it get everybody high?
Right.
But the dinner is going to be extra tasty.
The boar.
Everybody's going to feel real good about that boar, man.
It's our heroin-infused boar. That's
just what's a little bit of marinade, you know?
The chef's special today.
Blackened boar with
wild boar, we should say. Yes. Oh, dear.
You know what? I'm willing to give it to them. What the heck? They could use a fun night. It's been pretty hard.
Everyone's got an injury.
Declare an inside piece.
Everyone has some kind of physical injury that they're dealing with. So maybe it'll help with, Jack's dislocated shoulder and everything else.
Yeah, that's true. They could all use to mellow out a little bit, as long as, of course, then they're going to be pretty grouchy afterwards. But
right. But I don't think it's enough to get them hooked. But
I would
again. Right. What do I know?
Right. It's
Very
Magic
little.
Island. Who knows?
Yes.
The moths will enjoy the fumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Sun is getting a little more, independent, or
she is not taking it.
Deciding like, listen, dude, it's hot. I'm not wearing your stupid cardigan anymore.
I'm gonna walk around in this lacy camisole,
right?
Just because I feel like it.
Yeah. Because now I know that there's people here who will help me out, I guess.
Really, there were no additional tank tops in the in everybody's luggage.
In the clothes sorting, the great clothes sort.
I bet Kate's got 10 or 12 of them stashed aside. She could probably share one of them with some.
Yeah, she seems to have at least a few tank tops.
Be a little better than a lacy underwear looking thing, but really at this point, who cares?
Exactly.
Fortunately, nobody's going to make a move on Sun because Jin will kill them. So
yeah, they've all seen that.
I don't know. Sawyer's maybe he has enough of a death wish, but I don't think. Sawyer. Mm-hmm. Eventually, trying to think how long it takes before we stop hating that guy. Not yet.
Right.
But that he's sensitive under there somewhere. He gets hurt when people are rude to him.
Yes, he's
put on that veneer.
Right, he's shutting them out so they can't hurt him.
Yes. You know what I bet about him? I just have this feeling. I bet his dad wasn't very nice.
Just a feeling, you say?
His dad was mean to him in some way. Just a hunch. Could have been his mom.
Yeah.
But I just have this feeling.
Well,
since next week's episode is a Sawyer episode, perhaps
we'll find something out.
Yes.
Interesting.
But before we get there, I think one of the random extras got a name, except it's Scott or else it's Steve. Nobody was sure whether it was Scott or Steve. So that guy got a little extra money in his paycheck.
Yeah, there was a moment of like, hey, what's your name? Move this rock or whatever.
I just enjoy it when out of nowhere there's just some person we've never seen before.
Right.
Alrighty.
You are necessary for the plot just for a minute, and then
we need people to move rocks.
Then you can go back to obscurity. Trust me, it will not be long.
Jack, the caves are safe. Let's all go live in the caves, and the caves immediately fall down. The rest of them are fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Michael says he's a construction worker, so. I mean, he's not like a civil engineer as far as I can tell.
I trust him with my life. What the heck? I know, at some point, I guess it's still early. They've still only been there about a week or so, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you got to start thinking, could I arrange for a quick and painless death? Is that something that I could arrange for?
Right.
I don't want to be languishing for months with a bullet in my gut. But if I could just fall off a cliff, maybe? Or are there poisonous snakes around here?
Yeah.
Or if somebody just wants to bop me on the head in the jungle. But Saeed is, of course, still will be alive and kicking at such time as he wakes up.
Yes.
But, spoiler.
He makes it.
If you're thinking, geez, I like that Naveen Andrews. What a shame that he was only on this show for a few weeks. No.
No. We got him for good.
Yes. Or for at least as long as the island finds him useful. But he's easy on the eyes. Keep him around.
Yeah.
So,
and we haven't had a flashback for him yet.
We have not, yes. He needs
we need that.
I believe it's next week is Sawyer, the week after that is Saeed.
Okay.
And as discussed, the episode for next week with Sawyer, season 1, episode 8, is called Confidence Man. So we don't, is it referring to a con man, or are they saying, confidence man, come on, be confident. Stop being such a little weasel. Man up. You can do this. There is no comma in the title, so I suppose it's the former.
Yes.
But a little of the latter could do as well.
But a little bit of that whole, him putting up a front is a show of lack of confidence.
That is correct. He's just been so one note so far. So I'm happy that we're going to be getting some backstory on him that will maybe help with that. And have we discussed on this show, has it been mentioned, these folks ever shower?
Yeah.
There's a lot of water around, and I bet one thing you could find in almost every suitcase on an airplane where people are going a long distance is a bar of soap or a bottle of body wash.
Right.
If he's hoarding them all, he does not appear to be using them.
No.
I mean, he could get some favors from the ladies by passing out the fruit teas.
Here's some shampoo.
Yeah. But it's just there's not been any particular. I mean, there's waterfalls, there's ponds.
Yeah, I mean, there was the scene of Son.
That's right.
Taking a sort of sponge bath when Michael happened along. Right. And wasn't Son the one who taught Walt how to brush his teeth, or was that Locke? Right. I can't remember.
Somebody did, yes.
Somebody taught
But some of these folks are looking pretty sweaty. Maybe we need to organize a men's and ladies
hygiene
facilities
drive.
Yeah. Get some palm leaves and make a little shower and a little jug of water.
Yep.
Just saying, there's no excuse for poor hygiene, even being lost on an island. Even when you're lost.
Yes.
So, as a reminder, next week we will be talking about Lost on Tuesdays.
Right.
For now and for the next little bit, while we're also watching Only Murders in the Building. So don't get lost. Come listen on Tuesday. And we will see you back here tomorrow for our weekly roundup. Thank you for listening. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com.
You can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamatude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years.